Duval County students are going for the gold in a unique competition, putting their science, technology, engineering, and mathematics skills to the test. Welcome to a new episode of Real School. I'm Praniti Kudre.
And I'm Madeline Bryant. We'll have more on Biltmore Elementary School's first ever STEM Field Day in moments. But first, here's a look at what you can expect in the next 30 minutes.
Coming up today on Real School, they're strutting their stuff and working the runway. We've got the front row seats to an amazing in-school fashion show. Keep watching to find out where it took place and what great cause these students were supporting. Plus, this Duval County Elementary School is growing excitement thanks to a brand new gardening project. Watch as these volunteers dig in and learn how the community chipped in.
Now let's get to our top story. Students at Biltmore Elementary are running, racing, and measuring their way to STEM success.
That's right, Madeline. They're doing it through a newly revamped STEM Field Day. Real School reporter George Boston joins us now with more. Hey, George.
Hey guys, you do the math. Take some important STEM concepts, multiply by fun activities, and add some friendly competition, and that can only equal a day of success.
Set!
And they're off. Look at them go. By the looks of this, you might think this is an athletic event. But look again. With games like the paper straw javelin, paper plate discus, and cotton ball throw, you'll see students aren't just playing, they're learning. This is the first ever 2015 STEM Field Day at Biltmore Elementary. These activities are just one part of a larger school-wide event putting an emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and math. Outside, students participated in the Mini Metric Olympics. At each station, students were asked to complete specific measurable tasks modeled after Olympic events. For example, how many centimeters could they throw these straws? And how many milliliters of water could they squeeze out of these soaking wet sponges? Before starting each task, students had to make an estimate, forcing them to test their accuracy.
It's making us better at estimating because we're going to really need it in life.
Inside of the school's media center, students were participating in more fun activities. They were predicting which ramps would make this race car travel further. They learned about planets, worked with magnets, and figured out which objects were more likely to float or sink.
Well, we got a mixture of fun acting and exercise, but also learning. We get to enjoy time with our friends also.
Math coach Nikki Torian says teachers were very intentional about the activities made available to students. This event has traditionally been hosted as a math field day, but in an effort to incorporate the new Common Core standards, leaders decided to go for a more comprehensive approach by turning it into the school's very first STEM field day.
Studies show that if students are exposed to science, math, engineering, art, and technology early on, that they'll be able to compete on a global market.
Teachers also added an artistic element with this fun photo wall. Say cheese. Whether students were bouncing balls, using magnifying glasses, or running races, it was clear they understood the true meaning of this field day. As if this field day wasn't sweet enough, students earned prizes and even medals for their hard work. Sounds like the start of a great tradition. Back to you guys.
Thanks, George. STEM education isn't only a priority in Duval County Public Schools, it's also a priority in our city.
It was one of the many themes highlighted in this year's Community Education Summit hosted by the City of Jacksonville. The third annual summit was held at the Jacksonville Public Library. Guests had a chance to participate in discussions and panels about education. Several leaders, teachers, and students from Duval County Public Schools were there and served as speakers.
Dr. Freeman Rabowski III was this year's keynote speaker. He's president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and is passionate about seeing more minorities choose careers in math and science.
I hear Americans all the time saying, I'm not a math science person. I bet you most of you will say, by the time you're in the 11th grade, well, it just wasn't for me. Because that's what we tell children all the time, that if you don't get it like that, it's not for me. Well, in other countries, what people will say is, well, you may not have gotten it yet, but you can get it. We've got to teach children and families, anybody can do math. It's very important, because most of the jobs that we're talking about in the future will have a technology base.
During the summit, Mayor Brown announced the city would be partnering with UMBC and bringing a STEM focus to some of its educational programs. He says the goal will be to increase student access to STEM fields, careers, and opportunities.
You can call it a 2-in-1 celebration. On the same day, Mount Hermon Exceptional Student Center kicked off its Special Olympics. The school celebrated another milestone:
the opening of their new playground. Real School anchor Joshua Pinckney is here with more.
For Needy and Madeline, we're talking about two highly anticipated events with one thing in common: fun, physical activities. Lucky for you, Real School cameras were there to catch all of the action.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Between the fancy cars, the motorcycles, and the live performances, it's no wonder people were snapping away with their cameras. Who wouldn't want memories of this phenomenal celebration? For years, the Mount Hermon Exceptional Student Center has hosted an exceptional Olympic ceremony, but this is the school's first year to be recognized by the Special Olympics organization. You can see by the fanfare, students and teachers are pumped. Classes took turns circling the parking lot, ready to turn up the juice in this year's games, which serve as a perfect way for students to learn more about the benefits of physical fitness.
After today, you guys can play on it all you want. Now, is that good news or what?
That's Principal Mark Cashin, and he's speaking about the other half of this celebration, this brand new, fully accessible playground. After a brief ribbon-cutting ceremony,
Here's the drum roll. All right, the playground is now open.
guests were welcome to visit the new addition. Former Mount Hermon teacher Dr. Carol Wright was instrumental in getting this new playground to the school.
They had not had an active play space here for many, many years, since the mid-1990s, and I was getting ready to retire.
Dr. Wright says she presented a plan to the Rotary Club of Deerwood. They, in turn, provided the financial support to build the playground.
One of the missions right from the start was to have the playground totally accessible for all of our students, regardless of their physical needs and or their behavior needs.
Over the next year, other volunteers stepped in with lots of help and expertise. See these before pictures. Now compare them to the finished product. What a transformation. This playground has ramps, modified slides, and wheelchair swings, making it accessible for all Mount Hermon students to enjoy.
Movement is so important for everybody, and especially for our students because their opportunities are limited. So by having a totally accessible playground here, it opens up opportunities 5 days a week for our students that were not available to them.
As if this day couldn't get any better, there was a special surprise in this playground dedication. School leaders unveiled this sign, recognizing the Deerwood Rotary for their contributions and also honoring Dr. Wright for all of her hard work. Special Olympics and a new playground? That's two terrific ways students can get in fun, physical activity. Guys, back to you.
Coming up, we've got a group of aspiring leaders who are all about taking care of business.
Here's a look at what's after the break.
Next on Real School, meet the future business leaders and entrepreneurs of America. In moments, we're taking you to the It's Her Business Teen Entrepreneurship Summit, a one-day event helping young teens reach their dreams.
And I'm Jacob Haig. Get ready to feast your eyes on these delectable dishes, all prepared by Duval County students. Getting hungry? Good. Don't change the channel. Real School will be right back.
When I read, I shoot for the stars. As an astronaut aboard a spaceship. When I read, I learn ways I can keep my dog healthy, just like a veterinarian. When I read, I'm a firefighter who is great, who saves the day. When I read, my career is clear for takeoff as a pilot. The sky's the limit.
VPK students develop literacy skills needed to become better readers. For a complete list of the Duval County Public Schools that offer VPK, go to duvalschools.org or call us at 904-390-2877.
This journey has been 150 years in the making. Are you ready to make history? Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You need to focus and work hard every day at everything you do. Together, we will achieve greatness. I promise you all this. Give me 100%. And we will win. Who's with me?
We are!
Stay away from violence.
It's a simple yet powerful message. Real school cameras are rolling as students at Ed White High School learned important life lessons shared by Edward Waters College president and former Jacksonville Sheriff Nat Glover.
Glover's visit was part of an anti-violence symposium, and he was one of several local leaders who spoke to students.
Leaders say it was an opportunity to encourage, empower, and inspire young men to work hard, stay in school, and make good decisions. Local pastor John Guns was among those who joined Glover at Ed White High School, along with school board member Becky Couch. The symposium began with a group session in the auditorium. Students later broke out into smaller groups with other guests, covering topics like opportunities after high school and life choices. A similar symposium also took place the next day at Westside High School. Hundreds of juniors and seniors participated, many pledging to make good decisions and continue in their education. Want to know what's cooking in this next story? Just ask the students in this year's Cooking Up Change competition.
As Real School reporter Jacob Haig reports, this competition just keeps getting better and better. And that includes some great prizes, right, Jacob?
That's absolutely right, Praniti. And we're not just talking about one scholarship, but 3 of them, one for each member of the winning team. So, you want to know who got first place? Then keep watching. The pressure is on. Culinary students from Terry Parker, William M. Raines, and Frank H. Peterson High Schools are stirring, chopping, and prepping against the clock. As part of the 2015 Cooking Up Change competition, they're working in teams of 3. They've each been given an hour and a half to put together a school lunch. And as if the time constraints weren't enough of a challenge, they're cooking in front of an audience.
And it's really unique in that it gets them involved in school food specifically. So the kids have to utilize rules that we follow as school food service personnel. So they have to follow the USDA regulations.
Those regulations mean that their meals can't have too much sodium, sugar, or too many calories. Cooking Up Change is a national competition taking place in several states. Students work from a specific list of ingredients to come up with an entree, a side, and a dessert. New this year, students worked in this top-of-the-line kitchen inside of the Culinary at Virginia College. It's the same kitchen Virginia College students use.
We wanted them to be able to see a real-world setting where they could learn and that environment. So I think it's a really great experience for them to be a part of.
For weeks leading up to the competition, students work with mentors, many who are professional chefs.
They're getting real world experience. It's a little bit, people don't understand that cooking for a group of people other than family and friends that they have over for a Sunday dinner, it's a totally different ballgame. There's a lot of food prep that's involved.
Once time was up, students plated their food and prepared for the next stage of the competition, the judging. One by one, each team provided the panel with samples and gave a short explanation about their dishes. Judges marked their scorecard and took some time to deliberate. Then came the moment we were all waiting for.
And our first place winner for this year's Cooking Up Change goes to Frank Peterson.
Meet the winners of this year's competition, all seniors at Frank H. Peterson. The winning dish, chicken gyro with tzatziki sauce, Greek cucumber salad, and citrus parfait. But these students didn't just walk away with the first place win. They each got a surprise scholarship to Virginia College, each worth $2,250.
This is my 3rd try and I'm a senior, so it's been my mission since sophomore year to be able to win.
I'm glad I finally won. I was here 2 years ago and I just can't believe it. We won. We're a team.
It was a good experience. I'm glad I did it. I was really nervous before we came, but I liked it. I'm ready to compete again.
The winners now move on to the national competition this summer in Washington, D.C. By the way, this is the first time each of these Peterson students will get to visit our nation's capital. I know it will be a memorable trip. Good luck. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jacob. You can count on the grass being a little greener at Pinedale Elementary School, thanks to an exciting new project guaranteed to give students a green thumb.
It's called the Let's Go Project. The goal is to teach students the ins and outs of gardening. Check out these volunteers hard at work. You can see them putting out soil for the new flower beds they installed around the school's media center. Don't they look great?
Let's Go is a 6-week program that gives students a chance to participate in weekly educational, nutritional, and physical sessions centered around creating, growing, and maintaining school gardens.
And they really get to understand what healthy food means and what it means to eat whole foods. And often, growing your own food is one way for you to eat healthy foods. Lots of children prefer processed foods. And what we want them to see is that vegetables come in a wide variety of flavors and colors. And to get them really excited about it, they need to grow it.
Allowing the children to be a part of that, it takes ownership and accountability. So now they have a vested interest to make sure that the garden is successful and it blooms and continues, and it's an ongoing project for the entire community, the parents, and the children here at Pinedale Elementary School.
The Let's Go program takes place over a 6-week period. It includes partners from Team Up, the University of North Florida's African American Faculty and Staff Association, as well as UNF's Student Nutrition Club. We look forward to seeing the end product. It's one of our biggest events of the year, and it's just around the corner.
Real School reporter Jalen Gamble is here with an inside look at the 2015 Public Education Partners Rally for Excellence. Hey, Jalen.
Hey guys, I hope you're stretching and training because we're racing to finish illiteracy. I'll have more on the pet rally after the break.
My name is Zeke. I'm a Duval County student. My life changed right here at SP Livingston Elementary School, where I started to believe in myself. My grades improved, and my attitude for learning did too. There's nothing I can't do. That's what Miss Brown has always told me. She inspires me. She cares for me. She's my role model. She's my teacher. The Quality Education for All initiative, changing students' lives like mine, one teacher at a time.
When it comes to their future, these young women are without a doubt taking care of business.
Nearly 100 teenage girls took part in this year's It's Her Business Teen Entrepreneurship Conference. Many of them are from Duval County Public Schools. The conference was held at the University of North Florida. You're looking at video of high school girls working in groups and putting together creative business ideas. This conference is a one-day event that gives girls ages 15 to 18 a chance to hear from and work with successful local businesswomen. We spoke with one of those businesswomen who's also a dean of discipline at Wolfson High School. She says students are not simply learning how to start a business, they're also gaining valuable life skills.
When I was at Stanton High School, college prep, I started my thoughts and dreams about opening my own dance studio in 10th grade. I had women that I could look to for empowerment. And I believe that the years haven't changed, that much as far as young ladies like you see behind me being able to have that empowerment, have women that they can look at and say, I can do the same thing.
Getting it firsthand at high school, I know it would benefit me later, especially once I finish my major degree, to use it and to prosper.
Talk about a great opportunity. Organizers estimate that over the years, they've worked with close to 1,000 women, many who have gone on to start their own businesses. What a great example of students being inspired and prepared for success in college or a career and life.
Here at Duval County Public Schools, we're all about quality in public education.
So why not join us in celebrating student achievement, honoring teachers, and promoting literacy? We're talking about this year's Pep Rally for Excellence. Real School reporter Jalen Gamble is here with a preview you don't want to miss.
Ready, set, and go mark your calendar for Saturday, May 30th. Get ready to bring on the fun. You can expect this year's Pep Rally for Excellence to start off with a bang. This year, we're excited to announce the races are back. We'll have the kids 1 mile reading is fun run, as well as a Spirit 5K stadium run, which will take you through the ramps and concourses at Everbank Field. But these races are just beginning. We could tell you all had a blast with our special performances, so we're bringing them back. Be on the lookout for students from various schools taking the main stage and bringing you lots of entertainment. A storm is coming? Of course, literacy will continue to be a big highlight at the Pep Rally. We'll have it covered from cover to cover, including student recognitions. We'll also have celebrity readers and a Dunkin' booth with the superintendent. You can also count on being able to visit a variety of booths in our vendor zone. There you can find activities, information, and summer learning resources helpful to students and families.
Kneel down before him.
So, are you starting to get excited about this year's Pep Rally? Because we have even more in store for you. That includes a teacher VIP zone, a STEAM zone, a wellness zone, and a food zone with free food. It's going to be a great one. By the way, guys, this event is free for all Duval families. Here's the final reminder. The Pep Rally for Excellence is Saturday, May 30th from 8 a.m. to noon at the Jaguars, Cabanas, and Fan Entertainment Zone. The Spirit 5K Stadium Run begins at 8, and the Free Kids 1 Mile Reading is Fun Run begins at 9. Sign up by visiting peprallyduval.org. It's gonna be a blast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jalen. Joining us now with more on the importance of this event is District 4 board member Paula D. Wright.
She's here with Real School anchor Borika Chen.
Thank you so much for joining us. The Pep Rally for Excellence is a celebration that aims to involve the entire community in promoting and celebrating literacy. As a former reading coach, why is this important?
Well, first let me thank you for this opportunity to share. But as a reading coach, I am reminded of a quote from Sir Richard Steele, and his quote is, "Reading is for the mind what exercise is for the body." So reading comprehends and is a part of everything we do. Literacy is the foundation for solving all of our problems. As a reading coach, I knew that in order to ensure that our students not only were able to read the words, but to comprehend the words, then they needed to understand the connection. And they needed to understand the value and the necessity of being able to read, write about what they have read about, and then use that knowledge for problem solving. So it is the gatekeeper to everything that we do in life. So that's the value, because it's not just about reading words. It's also about the fluency component and being able to communicate effectively.
As a board member, what benefits do you see with the community-wide initiatives such as this?
Well, now that's a very good question. You know, I think that many people have heard the saying or the mantra that education is a community affair or education is a family affair. Well, as a board member, it's not just words. It is an opportunity to bring together every facet of our community, from K to 12 to parents to college students, to come together to celebrate the importance of what we do in terms of being a literate community. And if we value literacy, and if we value making certain that it's not just the students, the school-age population that we focus on, but that we focus on our entire community, all of our citizens, in becoming an effective literate community, then we must value literacy, we must value reading, we must value, as I said before, connecting the reading to the writing. And most importantly, that we understand that if we want a successful or thriving community, then our entire student population must succeed, as well as our adult population must succeed.
What do you hope parents and families will get out of the PEP rally?
Out of a lot of fun. Last year, I thought it went extremely well, and I'm hoping that people will come out again, and they did have a lot of fun, but it was also about celebrating with each other. It's an opportunity to, again, to come together and meet diverse people from all walks of life, because you will have people from every facet, and to celebrate the community's effort on understanding the value of literacy and reading, and hopefully they'll take away a little singe to begin to read more, and to read more for pleasure. Because research will show that comprehension increases when students or any reader reads primarily for pleasure. So I'm hoping that they continue to enjoy as they did last year, but they also understand the value of taking it a little further in their homes, in their lives.
Last year was the first time the district incorporated races into the PEP rally, a 5K and a 1 mile fun run. What do you think of these races, and did you participate?
The races were great, because the races gave people an opportunity to become energized through their running. And through their running and participating in these races, it was an opportunity for them to showcase, whichever way they wanted to, that yes, I believe so much in literacy and the onset and the necessity of reading and writing and making that connection to solve problems, that I'm willing to come and give my body exercise as well as my mind. So it was great. I did not participate as a runner last year, but I was at the finish line and kind of cheered everybody on. But this year, I will participate. I'm in training. I'm not going to announce which run I'm going to participate in, but I will throw out a challenge to my other board colleagues to join me in the race in terms of competing and participating.
Your cheering must have been contagious, because I understand that last year you were awarded a Spirit Stick for having the most crowd enthusiasm from your district. Will you be maintaining this title this year?
Well, you know, here I want to show everybody the Spirit Stick that District 4 won last year, and any winner wants to continue to win. So yes, District 4 plans to bring home the Spirit Stick one more time, so we're excited about that. So yes, we plan to win one more time with our spirit.
All right, well, thank you so much, Ms. Wright. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Barika.
In our last story, the Wild Wild West meets the runway for a fun and fabulous fashion show.
Yeehaw! Howdy, partner!
Looks like this school knows how to have fun. This is the Palm Avenue Exceptional Student Center's annual prom fashion show. This year's theme, A Night in the Old West, brought out the cowboy hats and lassos as students walk the runway. Don't they look great?
Praniti, they look amazing. The Palm Avenue Exceptional Student Center serves students with disabilities. But as you can see, nothing is holding this group back from having fun. Clothes for the show were donated by a number of local businesses, and I'm sure you can tell a lot of hard work went into these decorations. A big shout out to all of the volunteers who made that happen. Palm Avenue's prom takes place on May 1st, 2015 at the Ramona Pavilion. That's it for this episode of Real School. We'll see you again June 7th for our final episode of the season.
You definitely don't want to miss that. You can always watch our latest videos by logging on to duvalschools.org. Till then, thanks for watching and have a great day.
Yeah. This time, a little bit more energy.
All right. Praniti and Madeline, we're talking about, what does this say?
One for each member of the winning team.
To finish illiteracy, I'll have more on the pep rally after you. I did.